What advice would you give to new sales staff?
My advice would be patient. Take time to build relationships with the people that you want to sell to, and the sales will come. It is also, of course, important to make sure that you fully understand and are knowledgeable about the product or service that you're selling.
What mistakes do salespeople often make?
I think one of the biggest mistakes that salespeople make is to try to sell something to a customer that the customer does not actually need or want. It is much better to take time to understand what the customer wants. With that knowledge, a salesperson can find the reasons that the customer may have to buy the product or service. And anyway, customers like to be listened to, not to be talked at.
What qualities do you need to be a successful buyer?
To be a successful buyer, I think, requires a lot of preparation. It's about working out the maximum price that you are prepared to pay. It's about contacting several different suppliers, asking for a written quotation of the cost and services and products that are being offered. And it's also about being prepared to look at ways of getting additional extras, perhaps, or some discount for ordering a higher volume of the product, for example. And finally, it's important to be prepared to walk away from the purchase if you're not happy with what is being offered.
What's the best thing you have bought?
I think the best thing I ever bought was a house. This was about 8 years ago. The house had some extra land around it, and the seller was asking for a very high price. I put in a much, much lower offer, which was not accepted. But over a period of 18 months, with lots of different negotiations and some patience on my part, I was prepared to wait all that time. Eventually, I bought the house at a much lower price than had originally been asked for.